Hi, I am Gigi, an ex-Amazon bar raiser here at Day One Careers. How far back should your stories go is a question we get, probably close to daily on our free Discord community. So here's a video for all of you folks who have wondered how far back should your stories go. And for those of you who haven't, but are wading your way through the Day One Careers YouTube channel, and you've come across this video, you're going to be grateful. If you are in that second category, I promise you will be delighted you stumbled across this one. Please do give this video a like, a thumbs up, so that other Amazon candidates can also benefit from it. How far back should your stories go has no set rules in the Amazon kind of interview world. So you're going to find a lot of inconsistency with what you hear from coaches/Amazonians. I'll give you my point of view, having interviewed and debriefed hundreds of candidates for Amazon. But more importantly, I'll give you the rationale behind my recommendation. The answer to how far back should your stories go, as far as I'm concerned, is probably no more than 5 years, particularly for someone mid to late career. Obviously, for early career candidates, 5 years probably covers the entirety of your career to date anyway. But Gigi, only 5 years. What about all of the amazing things that I've done before then? Why wouldn't I tell them about that stuff? Well, I will tell you why, and there are essentially 2 reasons. Reason 1. Amazon is using evidence of your past to predict how you would perform if you joined Amazon, say tomorrow. The logic goes, if you've demonstrated a behavior in the past, you're likely to demonstrate that behavior in the future. So then why not cover more of your past than 5 years, Gigi, right? I know you are thinking of that. Well, the problem comes in the gap. If you have to go back many years to find a high performance example of a particular leadership principle, then your interviewers may then question if you're a high performer on that leadership principle. How come you've had to go back so many years to find a good example of it? Can they really be confident you'd be able to perform at a high level in their business tomorrow if all you have to showcase doing it happened many years ago? What have you been doing for the past 5 years then? I've had those conversations in debriefs, I promise you. Reason number 2, Amazon is also assessing from your answers if you have the capability of dealing with the complexity of the role that you are currently interviewing for. Now, the problem with pulling examples from the distant past is you're likely to have been in a more junior role than the one you're currently interviewing for. So, ability to demonstrate the leadership principles aside, you may actually do yourself damage in terms of showing that you can manage the complexity of the role by using effectively over simple situations. Now, that isn't to say you can never use an example over 5 years old. If you have an example that is super strong, either in its complexity matching that of the current role, or if it's one of those kind of career defining moments with elements of wow, punching well above your weight, then I'd say go ahead and use it. As an example, I actually used a story that was 10 years old when answering a have backbone, disagree and commit question with a VP from my job interview at Prime Video. A combination of elements in that story demonstrated my ability to operate way above my level. I'll tell you about it very briefly. I was a mid-level marketer working for BT Group, a FTSE 100 company with a market cap of around 60 billion at the time. I was leading the marketing campaign to launch one of its biggest new products in the consumer market in about 10 years. The company had been working on the technology side of it for about 6 years solid. I was asked to take a specific direction for the campaign, which I strongly disagreed with. I felt the message just was not going to interest consumers. I pulled together all of the data I could to present the case against it, and I managed to get a meeting with the CEO of the consumer division. I spent a good hour going through the data with him, and I managed to convince him to go back to his boss, who was the CEO of BT Group, to try to present the case. A week later, I was called back and told no. The CEO of BT Group wanted to go through with the original briefed direction. Now, I knew I had done what I could and it was time to accept the decision and just try to make the thing work. So that's what I did. We did the campaign in the direction that I was told to. The campaign results showed we delivered brilliantly on media strategy and creative, but the actual message completely bombed. Now, when I reviewed the results with the CEO of Consumer, he was gracious enough to congratulate me on my efforts and recognized that I had been right all along. Now, that gentleman's name is Gavin Patterson. He went on to replace his manager as CEO of the entire BT Group, and Gavin is now President and Chief Strategy Officer of Salesforce. Hi, Gavin, if you're watching. As if. So this 10-year-old example worked for me because of the scale of the project, the scale of the risk, the level that I was at in the company compared to the level of the people that I was pushing back on, and dare I say, the celebrity come credibility of the other main protagonist in the story. Older stories can definitely work for you, but you really do want them to be exceptional. So I hope that helps answer how far back should your stories go. If you found it useful, please do give us a thumbs up and or a little comment below. Now what you need to do is click the link here to claim your free Day One Careers Customer Obsession Taster course. Watch that and you'll nail every customer obsession question asked of you in your Amazon interview. Or if you want to do that a little bit later, why don't you check out more here of our incredible insights and advice on Amazon interview preparation.